Hey everybody, welcome. Our last draft didn't go so well, but good news for everybody. It means you get extra drafting because we're going to go back in, try to, you lose every draft you don't enter. So, boy, I guess we've all lost a lot of drafts. Well, you don't win every draft you don't enter, and we're gonna try and 7-win here, and see how it goes. Can't go much worse than it did in our first draft. First draft was okay. Like, we got an Uro. That was nice, but then it all just kind of fell apart from there. Yeah, we're going to play this on stream. I'm going to play... I can't guarantee we're going to finish this draft, depending on how long the games take and how far the stream goes. But I do have some extra time this afternoon. I can stream for the next couple hours. So we're going to see if we can finish this up in that time. And hopefully it'll be because we have a 7-0 aggro deck that just smashes, right? That would be sweet. Anyway, that's what we're going to try and do. If you want some sweet magic cards, I'm going to send you to cardkingdom.com, and I'm going to send you there through my affiliate link. Look down in those panels below my stream, and you'll see a panel dedicated to Card Kingdom. And if you click it, you'll get there through my affiliate link. That lets my sponsor, Card Kingdom, know you got there from here, and they know that their advertising on this stream is doing some work for them. And it has been. I really appreciate all of you who have been considering Magic purchases from Card Kingdom and then making them via my affiliate link. It does help keep me on air here and pay the bills, all that stuff. And I really thank Card Kingdom for their ongoing support of this stream. And a lot of streamers like me, you know. I say a lot of different things about Card Kingdom when I pitch. I haven't said this in a while, and I'll bring up this angle of Card Kingdom. I really like their approach to content, to Magic content. You've got a lot of card resellers out there doing very spiky, very tournament level content. And I'm pretty spiky. I'm tournament level. I like that kind of content, but I love that Card Kingdom embraces so many different content creators. They sponsor a lot of different people who are creating Magic content outside of the spike target zone, you know, and that can be underrepresented given how a huge chunk of the Magic population is in more of that casual realm, the commander stuff and everything. And I really appreciate how Card Kingdom takes a wide net approach to the content they support to help all sorts of different types of players get content they enjoy through their sponsorship. So thanks a lot, Card Kingdom. Appreciate that. We're on our free-to-play 2 account here. We're going to dive in for pack 1, pick 1. 1 second. I'll get out of your way. We've got a Temple of Deceit. Oh, by the way, we are on free-to-play 2. Here, I'll update the info while you think about this, but we're not even thinking about gem. We don't need to make gem picks at all on this account, basically. We're not building a collection, and we don't really care about the standard or the constructed we play. So we are all about pick quality and not about gems here. I don't love the red saga. If I were to take a red card, I would just take Omen. I think Destiny Spinner is one of the best cards in the pack. Destiny Spinner and Fishify are my 2 choices, with Omen coming in 3rd as cards that interest me the most here. Maybe these Omens in 3rd. But also, one thing I like about the Destiny Spinner pick here is there's no other green of note in the pack. There's a Colossus, but that's going to wheel. So we get to take a very high-quality first pick and try to cut the color. And on that front, I think I like Renata over the abstractly superior Fateful End, maybe. I mean, this actually, Renata, surviving Renata does a lot of work, and I think is the clear pick here. If we had, but this is classic. This is how quickly your picks influence you, right? Let's say we pick, what's a good rare, you know, a good red uncommon or a good red rare, you know, like let's say we took the deal 4 to everything rare or something. We'd be all over Fateful End. So it only takes 1 pick before you start being influenced by your picks, but it's appropriate that we value Renata a little more here. Yeah, you could also take Anax. I think I like Fateful End better than Anax for limited, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. We're going to take Renata, though. Pretty easy, Renata. Another place where we do not have a quality green card in the pack, and we can grab the Liar. Pretty easy Liar over Fishify, since it keeps us wide open. And the green we're passing isn't particularly noteworthy, although now with no good green, my worry is that maybe we're getting cut to the right on green. Could be. But wow, these packs have been pretty grim. We could take Impending Doom despite red-green not being exactly where I want to be in the format. And the bots don't like Impending Doom, so it's not a signal necessarily that the bots aren't in red. It's a signal that if they are in red, they don't like the Impending Doom. But I don't know if I like Goal. I'm going to take the Doom as just the... I think it's Doom, Surge, Dismissal, Goal. Maybe Goal over Dismissal at this point. So I'm going to take Doom on spec, but I don't think we'll end up here, but there's not much of an opportunity cost. Well, maybe we will. Look at this. This is certainly the bots telling us that they are not in red today. There's another Triumph of Anax, but again, I don't really like this saga. Rage Hound or Blood Aspirant are what makes sense to me here. Moss Viper, potentially, but we do have the Doom, and we need to listen to the bots. They are clearly saying that they are uninterested in red, so we need to respect that and take the red card. It's a red 2-drop. Hound or Aspirant? What do we want? Aspirant goes better in the Black Sacrifice deck, but it's not like it's useless outside of that. Pinging is just generally good, but if we're going to be... Let's take the Hound. Do you want the Cyclops? I think I lean towards 2s. I want to get low down. Oh, that's true. It does have the can't block clause. Haj likes red the Aspirant. It's definitely one of the 2-drops. I'm not interested in a Cyclops or any of this other stuff. It's one of these 2 red 2-drops. Yeah, Haj, I hear you. I'm gonna go Hound. I think yeah, with Impending Doom, and I think I'm gonna go Hound. That's a close one for me, though. Aspirant's uncommon, which is another factor. We're unlikely to see another Aspirant, but we're likely to see some more Hounds. And there comes a point where you don't want any more Hounds, so there's that. White may be open, but I think green should stay open, and we're going to take a green card here and not be tempted by the... We can take a Grove Dancer, Omen, or Relentless. All are fine picks. I like Relentless Pursuit generally a little more, but if we're going to try and be aggro Doom, we do want our 2-drops, right? We want our 2-drops so we can drop Doom on them if we're going to go all in on that stuff. So I'm going to take Dancer over hedging towards something not green or red. I think we'll end up with a couple of them Funkle before the end anyway. Dancers and Pursuits go late. So does Hateful Eidolon for some reason. It's not late by bot standards, it's just late Eidolon by human standards, but the bots pretty consistently leave it around for a late pickup. We are not so locked into red that we can't consider the Eidolon here. This Nexus Warden and Huntmaster are pretty whatever, and Eidolon is a real build-around. I'm going to actually hedge to the Eidolon, I think. What do you think of that? Like, these are very safe, but they're not super exciting. And this, if bots leave black open on the way back, it's really, really quite good. Huntmaster maybe is above replacement. I think it's like at replacement level. and it's replaceable. Again, that's kind of what that means, right? I'm gonna take it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna spec on Eidolon, and we'll see. Unlikely we end up here, but we have to listen, or at least take this into account, that if the bots are going to give us this late Eidolon, we should see what we might want to do with it. I'm not going to main deck Plummet. We are going to take a Gift of Strength, which at least I do like combat tricks in the context of stuff like Rage Hound. The trouble is I hate combat tricks in the context of an aura-heavy set. You only have so much room for non-creatures in this format, and it's really tough to slip in combat tricks when you're trying to play Liar and, you know, I don't see any here, but like, you know, the good auras and stuff. Yeah, Wings is okay. Wings and Gift do similar jobs. I'm going to start with a Gift, though. All right, Triumph has come all the way around, and so has Infuriate. Let's go pedal to the metal, I guess. I don't want a Colossus. I don't think that's the right card here. I guess I'll leave the Eidolon in. Do we want to Triumph or I'll take Triumph #1. It adds some trample. And maybe this is at its best in red-green because you're making a big green thing trample. I'm not really a Triumph fan either, Deacon. In fact, I've never run it. I would say I've never run it because it never has a job to do that I'm thinking is what my deck needs. But this is the first time ever where I think we're putting together a deck that could make good use of this. And I don't prioritize Colossi. If we get these, that's fine. But 6 mana enchantment creatures are just really whatever. I hear you. But it's the trample specifically. It's not win more if it's allowing your 7/7 to not get chumped. So I'm going to try it because I've never had even any reason to run it before. Never any reason to run it. There may be a reason here, and I'm going to spec on it. Because if there's a deck for it, it's this type of deck. Big green creatures, give them trample. We can Portent to continue the aggro. Trickster as a random 4, but not the 4 we want. We want green 4s. Probably Wings here. Omen, I'm hoping we don't splash here, so I'm going to pass the Omen for the Wings. I think Wings is also... This is another one that I haven't really played. I think maybe we brought it in once. I think I've played this once, and I've played this nonce. So, but these are... The reason why is I haven't had a good home for them, and we might have one here. We take Mirror Shield in anticipation of a possible Hydra's growth. This is the type of... deck that might run that, and what it's costing us though is a Nexus Wardens, which is a very real card and slots in our curve. It's just that this is a common, this is uncommon, but we don't have the reason to play Shield yet, so I'm just going to play it safe, take the Wardens. This is nice. Not a great payoff or whatever, but it's a power 4 payoff, which this deck tends to be the best at. Maybe we're not red-green, but sure is looking like it. And I'm going to take second Triumph over second Gift. There you go. There's where I want to take my 6/7 6-drops. Nyx Herald looking good here. Nothing else really even competing. Omen of the Forge maybe competes a little bit, but not really, not with Nyx. Another Impending Doom. We probably wheel this one. I'm going to go with the Blessing over Manticore or Doom. We have a green Blessing as well. Maybe we're supposed to take the green Blessing? What do you think? Which? Well, we're pretty low on 4s. I like the red Blessing. Maze Warden. It's all right. 3/4 for 4 with upside. Infuriate probably wheels for us. So does Hero, frankly. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to take the Warden. We're low on 4s, and it's a solid body. And we're probably wheeling one of these two, so that's fine. Hey, look, Haj. It's our controversial card, coming back for another visit. Also not great here. Maybe because it's not a great card, really, but we're going to take it. All the impending dooms coming our way. I guess we're going to take this one, try and wheel the other one, and be triple doom. We can take training, but I kind of like moving on doom. Hey, Beetle! The Beatles. This is a power 4 payoff I can get behind. Oh my! Look at this pick! Chainweb is excellent, but another Renata? I guess we just take another Renata, right? I mean, she's so good. Huntmaster comes back here. We take Portent, but sure, Huntmaster's fine. Another Colossus we could grab. There's a Moss Viper. Getting first strike on Moss Viper is some real business, but not necessarily this. I think we just take Pursuit. You want Viper? I kind of like Pursuit, but let's look at Curve. Maybe Viper makes sense given this curve. I don't know if we're playing both of these Triumphs. Maybe just one for a test run. But we are pretty low down, too. Like, if we don't play this Colossus, right now we're topping at 4. So, yeah, I'm going to take Voss Viper. The Doom did come back. And sure, how can we not? Let's just do it. You want to train? I just want to move in on Triple Doom now. Maybe that's just fancy, or, you know, funny play syndrome instead of fancy play syndrome. Nah, it's Friday afternoon. We've already had a rough day. Maybe I should be trying to max my EV perfectly or whatever, but I'm enamored by the idea of moving all in. You know me, I don't like aura strategies anyway, but I kind of just want the Triple Doom, massive quantities of 2s. Let's see how it works. Grab this hero here. Hoping something would wheel from that. This does. Yeah, we're going to now focus heavily on this type of stuff. This is playable. We'd rather have the 2-2, but we'll take that. If we wanted to splash, this would be a good splash card, but probably just want to take the Wanderer and make that work. Wheel this Rapid Flames. Wanderer wears Doom. Nothing. Oh, Blood Aspirant wears Doom. It's like nothing to take here that wears. Oh, never mind. Sure, we'd put Doom on a Blood Aspirant. Why not? Yeah, we take Return to Nature too, but I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to go with the proactive plan and try to make this very aggro. I mean, if we're doing the triple impending doom thing, we really need to prioritize 1- and 2-drop creatures. I mean, we could take a Heroes of the Revel, though. That would go well with our late Rapid Flames, right? Omen is good. Might even wheel. Don't have a 5 yet. Don't know if we want to be 16 or 17. but I don't think the Omen is going to wheel, actually. But I will take the heroes here. I think we take heroes. Archangel wants the damage spell. Understandable. I'm going to give it a chance to wheel. It might. I'm not counting on it, but it might. We take a war leader, but the trampled dude is going to go better for us here. Having one trampled dude is nice. Get that whole squad ready. Apparently it could have been the triple Rise to Glory deck as well, but here's a Return to Nature we can grab. Nice. Glad this came around. All right. Closing in on the end of our fresh picks, and we get a second beetle. And another hero goes fine here. 0 chimeras, unfortunately. We can take another Maze Warden or a Mystic Repeal. We do have this Return to Nature now. So if we didn't have the Return to Nature, this would be a Windmill Slam. But given that we have a very aggressive strategy and some 4-power matters, we could easily justify the Maze Warden. I think I will pull this one. Maze for the Maze Warden, or Repeal for the Mystic Repeal. And those are the only realistic options. Maze Warden is much better than Arena Trickster, and Repeal better for us than Gift of Strength. Let's look at Curve as well. I think we have a lot of 4s now. Well, maybe not as many as I thought. We want to play all of these. Or maybe we could cut Huntmaster for Warden. Pretty close, both in the vote and of my opinion here. This is what I'm talking about, Haj. I don't know what's right. If I go with chat, it's not because I'm ignoring my own strong sensibility to do what chat says, because I'm not sure. Sure, I'll go with chat. It's true that given that we have a Huntmaster, we do have, we'd just be upgrading a 4 versus getting a second piece of removal. Well, if we cut Wardens because it's not aggro enough, probably cutting a lot of this stuff. Really, yeah, I'm just going to take Repeal because I think it's the thing we could use most. I'll take Wrap here. Another Wrap that we won't play. In fact, I don't want 2 Wraps. We're not dead on heroic enough to bother with 2 Wraps. I think we'll take some Uncommon Vault Progress. All right, another Viper. Maybe I should have taken that Flyer. I just took the green 1-drop, but really there's an argument for the 1/3 Artifact Flyer given triple Impending Doom. Maybe I should have taken that. But I saw the green card and just like, yeah, of course we're taking the green card that's playable. Wow, last pick, Omen of the Dead. That's surprising. All right, 10 cuts, and looking at our numbers, 21-12. So we need to cut some of both sides. I think we cut 1 Viper for sure. This Oread, I don't think is doing it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures that I'm pretty happy about running here. I'm going to cut Gift of Strength. We're going to try and augment our creatures with these Impending Doom. Same with this Wings of Hubris. The job that Gift and Wings are doing is not needed when we are potentially running Forerunner, Wrap in Flames, and definitely running these Impending Dooms. Yeah, we don't have a lot of 4-power matters. We have a couple of Beetles, and we have, where is it? The, oh, we were not playing it? Oh, Stampede Rider, there it is. Not much, but the Beetles are enough. Man, if you can get the Beetles going, they take over. I'm going to only run one Triumph, though. Maybe even cut... I guess if we're doing the Impending Doom thing, maybe we don't make this the Anax Experiment deck. Where does this leave us? 19-8. Any creatures we're unhappy with? Ooh, it's getting tough. Now what, folks? Well, you want to put him back in, Haj? You got to help me make some cuts. Maybe I guess we could take out Wrap even. We're not very hero, and we've got hero. We got 3 heroes. We can at least we can cut one creature. Yeah, we can cut a couple creatures. Dryad not doing all that much, but a 2/4 for 3 in and of itself that's easy to cast is pretty decent. I think I want to keep the 2s, but you can convince me that maybe the Dryad should go here. Cut the Dryad. So now what? Now we're close. 18-8. Yeah, we could cut a land. I'm a little, like, we got 2 5s. But what if we did, like, we did cut the Wrap and, like, a hero? What about this? Haj wants to cut the Hero of the Revel for a Hero of the Games. Keep it a little bit lower, you think? Oh, you want to keep... No, you want to keep the Wrap. We could also try Triumph instead of Wrap. Let's try Triumph. I haven't tried it yet. No, Harv, we're trying 16. If you bring in the big Colossus, we're going to 17. And since there's nothing else big we're doing, I don't like that. I'm surprised everybody's so, like... Where is Magic gone that we look at this in a Enchantment Fall Matters set and call this a little weak? I mean, Grizzly Bears are like, really? Juicy? Really? I'm weak? I know, but Grizzly Bears are weak. It's true. Yeah, it's no Destiny Spinner, but we're keeping it in. Downpour asks, when should you go 16 and when 17? I only go 16 when... Here's what I need to be able to go 16. No more than at most 1 or 2 5s, and hopefully not a lot of 4s. In general, my deck should be able to survive for a little bit on 3 mana. And I should not have a lot of mana sinks. Not a lot to do with my mana late. And if those 3 things are true, I like going to 16. Also, depends on the amount of early card draw and card filtering you have. Because if you have early, scrying, for example, you can get away with it because you can just scry away non-lands. Anyway, let's try this. I'm just going to try this. And we're going to see how it works. Give me a good name. It's got to be about Doom. Doom Patrol. Let's call it Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is little known comic from the 80s that was one of the first comic series to show the potential of the medium in the 80s. Check out, especially, anyway, Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol is one of my favorite comic stretches. Yeah, I mean, it's like Doom Patrol. Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol is probably what made me a philosophy major. Oh yeah, we don't have a lot to work with here, and the stuff has all been chosen today, so I'm gonna run with it as is here. I forget, did I copy a screen? Oh well, I'll do it again if just in case. G3 wants to cut the Liar. I don't like that, man. The Liar is... Have you played with or against it? It's so good. How can you be a Liar cutter? I think Liar's on plan for aggro. Tap our main phase. You know, tap on your end step, untap, tap main phase. Two things can't block. I hate you, Magic. I hate you and everything you represent and stand for. I'm kidding, of course, but this is a rough hand. Let's mulligan. Looks a little better. Viper into Eventual Herald, into Renata. Probably better targets to block and trade with than the Grove Dancer. I'm going to say no attacks and probably even no blocks here. We're going to drop a Herald and then we'll see what they think about our Herald before we trade off a Moss Viper for a 2-drop. You're late, Beetles. But I'm going to wait. We're going to just go Herald into Renata and then start growing Beetle. I am going to attack now, though. See if they're willing to attack into the Nyx Herald. Most people don't bluff in this spot, so if they send in, it's because they have something. Ooh, they get a nice removal spell out of that deal. Good to know. Kind of means we have to hold off on Renata, which is actually okay because we found Huntmaster. Looks like they'll do Huntmaster instead. And yeah, we can go ahead and pump the Herald and attack. If they want to lose both their creatures for the Herald, that seems okay. Especially attacking as a 6/4 trample. Yeah, I could have pumped the Beetle too, but I like this forcing a 2-for-1 if they want to take this trade. Maybe it's maybe we want this trade. Yeah, now I'm locked in. They can have this trade if they want it. It's pretty good for them. They get one of our creatures here. But with Renata into Beetle, I like hiding our really good stuff, letting them use their Myers Grasp here, and then trying to go nuts with this combo. They got a big fistful of cards though, so they're getting even more of a fistful of cards. We're kind of at the point where now we just have to hope they don't have removal. It's a pretty light hope. But we don't have them anywhere near dead. They're at 19, and we're down to 3 relevant cards to their 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 or 6 relevant cards, thanks to Relentless Pursuit and the other, and Acolyte and Funeral Rites. So they've been going Value Town on us. As if the Value Town wasn't enough. Bye, Renata. 0-1, I guess. 0-1. Now if we can find 4 power and they're out of stuff, maybe we can crawl back, but still not liking our chances. They've just drawn too many cards. And there you go. You know what, folks? This is too early to scoop, but this is the day I'm having. I don't want to play this game anymore. Sometimes life happiness is achieved by scooping early. And when I say I don't want to play this game anymore, I meant literally that game I just scooped, not this game Magic the Gathering. I'm totally in. I'm not. I wanted to be done with that game, but I'm not dejected. I'm in. We're going to do this. This looks good. If we can just get some land, this hand is insane. But we do need the land. Envoy isn't an amazing target, but if we draw nothing but land for the next 3 or 4 turns, we're still doing our we're full. We have look at this curve we've got. Like we're looking to go into all of this stuff such that I am just going to remove this Envoy. Also don't want to get Commanding Presenced. Oh, we found more enchantment removal anyway. Now what to pick first here? We can play the Rage Hound for maximum damage potential, Destiny Spinner for the biggest power toughness combo. If we had some means to have 4 power on next turn, you could make an argument for the Beetle, but I think we hold the Beetle until it's going to be doing more. So yes, I am on go for biggest damage potential. Well, they get one of these. I don't think we're doing anything with the Aspirant anytime soon. Let's do Spinner. All right, cool. Found some land. Funny that we're so hoping for land, even though it actually doesn't help us cast anything extra this turn. Oppo holding back here. We're going to keep the Spinner back and send in the Rage Hound. Interesting they're not trading for it. Wonder what they've got going on in their hand that they don't want to pay that cost. But let's go with... now, we can't get countered because we have the Destiny Spinner. So we're safe to... Yeah, we'll send out the Horn Beetle because we could draw a land and play Huntmaster next turn. All right, we found the land. We can't have this countered, so we're getting a big Beetle, but we're going to wait and not attack because we want it to get out of range of even being able to double block. We could... Let's go ahead and make the Hound has to attack, though, so let's pump it up. And we could say, if you want to double block the beetle, go for it. We're coming in with a 6-1, but I am going to wait. Just the hound here still. And then next turn, if we get a land, we can go Forerunner and then probably swing out because we're going to be in Trample Town and have a 4/4. Hodge wanted to swing with the spinner too. Are you okay with them trading that off? I mean, I kind of like the spinner. I didn't want to lose it, but maybe Hodge being a little more aggro is correct there. I think we actually could, though. I think it's possible. Well, here, how about making it a 5/6? And then beetle becomes a 4/4, and we have a 4/3, a 4/4, and a 5/6. We could also just put it on the beetle. We could go Blood Aspirant, hold up, return to nature if we're worried about them having action here, but I don't think we can worry about that. I think we're dooming somewhere, and I'm going to doom the spinner. And at 14, definitely sending these, and if we send the beetle, they can double block and 1-for-1. And then they take 11. Is that worth it? Taking 11 to get rid of the beetle and leaving them with just a hero and us with a 5/6 and a 4/3 seems fine. So let's send it all. Mike agrees. Mike's usually right. If Mike and Hodge agree, then I'm probably right. Let's get rid of the biggin. Oh, did I miscount? They're down to 5. How did I get the wrong total? Must be off on my math today. Oh, that's if they don't block. No. I don't know why I thought that. Just bad math somewhere. Not bad for a 2-drop, really, though, right? They had to double block with 2 things and lose one of them for our 2/2 for 2. Well, we don't have a land yet, but if we can find a land, Forerunner looks awfully good here. There's the land and hopefully the lethal. We return this to nature. It doesn't really matter, though. Should just be it. It is. All right. Winning. Victory. Victory. Okay. Loosen up my mouth. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Victory. Victory. All right. Can we do that again? Can we pronounce that word in context one more time? All right. fine start. Don't know if we doom the aspirant or not, but certainly a keep. Looks like we've got aspirant into doom into herald into runner. Pretty good sequence. I guess we have Doom into Renata or Herald into Renata. I guess we go Doom into Renata. Thing is, like, a 4/4, not necessarily even hugely impressive, but we do get to drop Herald and make it a 5/5 trample. I'm going to risk it. This is what we're, like, we put this deck together. What are we doing? Playing a bunch of 2s and a bunch of impending dooms and not doing it? Like, we seeing pauses there, though? That could have been a blessing pause. I guess not. They're just trying to race now, and we're gonna try and have it fail. Well, even flicker wouldn't be the worst for us. Wow, that is some pious wayfarers right there. Just go Forerunner and have all the tramples. Only going to send Aspirant, though. I don't want to lose Renata to the triple block. If we get a land, we go Triumph, Nyx Herald. Pretty big, but I think we get it here, especially with a land. No land, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd get +4 on the attack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Close, but not quite. Triumph pump Renata and swing all. Let's see, that pumps. Then we get 8 trample, and they're forced to do some blocks. I mean, can't we just at that point Nyx Herald though? Yeah, why not? Like, why Renata or Herald? Like, Huntmaster is the biggest damage source here, right? And we'll throw that on the Aspirant. I thought they had a block to not die, but maybe my math was off again. I mean, I guess we had Exacxies if they did block. My math was off again by 1. I'm not sure why. Maybe that was it. A win again? All right. All right. Oh, we're all in. We're all in. I sure hope we find a way to double doom this Rage Hound that isn't stupid. Or we just have to make this trade. Oh no, wait. See, it's +3/+3. Oh, so it does work. Okay, yeah, great. We'll do it. Sorry, I was thinking it's made it a 3 toughness, but at 4 toughness we can successfully attack. So we are totally doing it. And we're still totally doing it. We are gonna double doom. Oh, I do too, Holden. I hate these decks too, which is why it's funny we're playing one. We're gonna go all in and see how it goes for us. You want to go Beetle and Aspirant, but then we attack with a 6. Are we happy with 2-for-1ing there? Because we can just go 9/7, and they don't have blocks. And if we do let them do the double block and kill, we lose the Rage Hound, right? It can't come back. I'm going with our risk. We signed up for this, folks. You're not going to see me salty if we get punished for auras, because I know exactly what I signed up for here. It is Cardinator. It is quite risky. Does this give trample? We need a trample enabler right now. Didn't find the trampler enabler. Let's go Hornbeetle Aspirant, though. Right, this doesn't... Yeah. All right, just attacking. Oh, I should have played the Hornbeetle, though. It would have grown. I'm a dummy. Silly man. I went with the mental heuristic of play things after combat, and it cost me. To that end, maybe I just go with the Maze Warden here. It's not going to grow anymore because of me not doing it on combat, so I'm just going to go Maze Warden. Since I screwed it up, may as well play the bigger thing. Yeah, that's true. Aspirant, we could sack some Dooms or whatever, but I guess I passed that one up. Yeah, that kind of compounded the mistake, too. We'd be much better off with a Beetle and an Aspirant right now. But this isn't... Yeah, or the Hound. Yeah, we could have found some enchantment removal and just gotten lethal right now, but as it is, I'm going to remember my sequencing. Get the Beetle out ahead of combat so that it grows. And send in the Maze Warden as a 3/4. Let's see. We would be happy to pump this and trade for these two, and then follow with Aspirant. Aspirant sack Pride. I don't know how we're... Like, Aspirant can't just sack stuff. You gotta tap it. Are you thinking of that, Brian? Anyway, we're gonna send the Maze Warden. And we can spend a green to make this a 4/3 and trade for both of those. but it's a forced block too, so, right? Because if they let this go, we pump and win. If they block with 1, they are chumping. If they block with 2, we pump once and get them both. Also means they don't get to take our Hound out of the graveyard. That's true. They exile with apathy, but it also means they have to spend this turn doing it, or else we get to sack it. Yeah, they don't really have time to do it. Oh, should have sent a poet. All right, crawling back to respectability on the day. Maybe. All right, looks nice. We'll start on Wanderer to trigger it with Destiny Spinner, as opposed to playing the thing with greater power. My results yesterday were as respectable as they can get, I suppose. Be nice to find something between Spinner and Forerunner, but this is a nice bridge. With this. Never hurts to thin the land, though, right? Oppo thinks it's important. Just in case you're wondering, if we were to return to nature away the inevitable end right now, we'd still have to sack the Wanderer because the ability is already on the stack, so there's no sense in like doing something to try and save it. Take it for a spin. We get Triumph next turn if nothing else. Not the greatest of plays, but 3/3 attacking could be okay, depending on what they drop here. 4 mana could pose a lot of defenders. Yeah, that's fine. Mainly something they can't block with without help. I mean, they could... Oh, there's a Return to Nature, which makes it so we could go Rage Hound, hold up Return to Nature, and we still have an attack with the Spinner in that case. But getting Triumph going now means it'll get better as we go. I'm gonna Spinner and Rage Hound. I changed... Yeah. There's so much enchantments, Mike, that it's not unreasonable to think you could do that, though. Between natural draws and triggering the dude every turn, I have gone through my library before. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rage Hound here, and hopefully they play us a sweet target for this Return to Nature. That's the dream here. That Frisbee plays a Forerunner or something. Something we just snap off with this return. Well, they're going to get something, but nothing we can return to nature now, because it might be Mogus's favor to take out the Hound, but obviously we can't usefully return that to nature. The Hound is still dead. And unless they... I guess they haven't... If they haven't played a land, they could go, you know... I just don't think they're going to do anything that we want to return this turn, is basically what I'm saying. That's nice, though, because they can't cast that until next turn, and we can hold this up, and they think they're going to get something with it, but they're not, because we're going to hold off on Forerunner and go Annex, hold up, return to nature, and then we can answer that card they just hunted up. If we Triumph now, yeah, we Triumph and target the Hound. We've got to send the Hound anyway. All right, hopefully they take this turn to play the card we know about. If they don't, it could be awkward. Although if they play something that's not that, but it can still be returned or repealed, we will, because we have the other one back. If Spinner lives, would you make a 2/2 land with ability next turn to attack with? No, I would play Forerunner. That assumes that they're going to spend their turn trying to take out the Spinner with the aura removal. If we draw a land and they don't use that known aura removal, we can play Forerunner and leave Repeal up and probably get them to at least play it on the Forerunner. So that should be good for us. If we draw, if they don't. Oh, they're going eat, huh? Yeah, all right. Well, now we really would like to find a land so that we can play the Forerunner and protect it against the aura removal with Mystic Repeal. Unfortunately, can't do Forerunner, but we can do... We found Renata, so we can play Renata and do the same repeal protection. That's what we wanted. Let's see if it's good enough. We got Final Death mana now, but we have a 6/4 and a 3/3. Have Blessing ready to take out a blocker. So, target creature you control fights up to 1, so we can not fight if we don't want to. Hoping this pause from Oppo is them seeing their impending doom and not finding an answer. Destroy this enchantment. And an opponent controls. Okay, we can do this and not it won't kill anything. Had to make sure we weren't accidentally killing our own creature. Well, Oppo may have thought they turned the corner, but then we flipped it right back on them and closed it out. Why not Rage Hound? I don't know, because winning seemed good? Mana Striker. That's funny. All right, give me a brief bathroom break, and we'll come back and play this out till its natural conclusion, okay? Oh, I don't think I've saved this to deck, so I'm going to do that. Sit tight. I'm not even going to show a screen or anything. I'm just going to take a minute and a half and be right back. All right, thank you for waiting. Right back in. Sure. Nothing to do on 3 here, but Grove Dancer into Renata into Warden is already a fine opening sequence. And and something to do on 3 with even a Mystic Repeal backup. I could play this, but it's not going to get bigger from this, so no need to do it this time before combat. Trying to remember that. I screwed up earlier this event, waiting until after combat to play a Horn Beetle out of post-combat creature habits. This is not a blowout, it's a bounce. Be sweet if Oppo did something worth repealing before we untapped. Can't repeal Eutropia, unfortunately, but suggests that we're going to find some stuff to repeal pretty soon. Good news is we get a big beetle here, and we are snap offering it for Eutropia, because we can't really beat Eutropia. So we're going to try and offer a trade. Hey, Lady Lavinius, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, Lavinius viewers. We are in the middle of a draft here. We're 4-1. It's our second draft of the day. We had a rough one to start out, and they're trying to make a comeback here with a bit of an all-in red-green. Three, what is it? Doom whatever? What do we got? Doom. Impending Doom. We have 3 Impending Doom in the deck. We're kind of all in. We found our backup Renata. That's kind of nice, because it allows the beetle to continue to grow. For Lavinius viewers who are not familiar with me, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe in 2009. I left that show in 2011 to work at Wizards of the Coast for 7 years, and then I left Wizards and started streaming part-time in the mornings, and here we are today. Spent my last 2 years at Wizards working on this very game, so it's like an old frenemy. Eutropia with no enchantments is a little rough for Oppo, but I don't trust this at all. They've got a full grip, and not full, but, you know, they got a lot of cards in hand and 5 mana and Eutropia in a world full of instant speed auras and enchantments makes me question it, but we have the repeal ready. So let's see. Worst case, what are we looking at as some worst cases here? If we attack in and if they have like 2 omens, boy, that's a lot. They get to add 2 more power and toughness to the board. If they only have 1, they only get to add 1 more power and toughness to the board, and that alone can't beat the Horn Beetle. But if they come up with a couple, it could be rough. I think I'm going to say no on sending Renata, but we'll offer the Beetle. And if they go for winning combat via an aura, we can repeal away the aura. So I don't say 2 white omens. I mean 2 omens of any kind, like the blue omen. Sorry, the blue omen and white or green omen could both be cast. Yeah, there's stuff they could have, but a lot of it is pretty answerable with the repeal. So we're gonna just send in the Horn Beetle and see what they've got. Flicker of Fate. Actually, not bad. Okay. They're using their whole turn to reset our beetle. I couldn't be happier, really. And with Renata, it gets reset with a counter ready to go anyway. Wayfarer, no big deal. Again, we're seeing Oppo clearly fail to find the half of the synergy of their deck. I mean, you don't run Pious Wayfarer Eutropia without pretty heavy enchantment contingent. Oppo just doesn't seem to be able to find theirs. Gotta be frustrating for them. This is our big build around. Or not build around, our big all-in move. You don't really build around this other... We built around it in the sense that we have a lot of 2-drops. And I think I will just throw this on the Grove Dancer here. Turn it into a real creature. And with them at 13, it's time to even offer them Renata if they want it. So what Oppo wanted to do was die. Sorry, Cleveland teamer. I'm sure you had tons of synergy in there that just did not pan out that time. Stranger Colin, thank you for that sub. 1 year for Stranger Colin. Been great to have you around. Appreciate all your support. Well, we got ourselves a green-red random card to go with our green-red deck. Plugging away, 5 and 1. Man, our 1-3 effort took longer than 5-1 is taking. Oh yeah. Hey Darth, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we haven't seen the liar. Yeah, we can doom this, right? Might end up double dooming it, but I'm going to do it. Ideally, they play some enchantment creature that looks like it can double block, and instead we repeal their enchantment creature and just blow them out. Like, that works. Like, how did this work? Okay. When it dies, return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with you control. Okay, so it won't return. They didn't attack. Why didn't they attack? I don't know. They weren't thinking about it, I guess. Oh, it can get indestructible. That's fair. So then I guess I need to go ahead and double doom here, or else it's just going to die. I guess they make it indestructible. No, we can still just repeal the Sentinel, but then we can't play anything else. We could also Impending Doom. Whatever. I'm just going to double doom. We're double dooming, everybody. Double dooming. And, you know, like, LR Ryan really wants current Ryan to be punished for this. If we are, we're going to tip the cap. We are going all in, and if you choose to do this, I don't like these strategies because of their weakness, but if you do and you get hit, and if you get punished for their swinginess, you know, that's just the way it goes, right? Well, they're remembering to attack. How about a forest? All right, I wanted a forest so we could both spinner and have the repeal ready. We could Forerunner, but then they do have that trade again that I don't want to offer, because they would certainly trade Beetle and Indestructible Lion for what's going on here. So I'm going to play the Destiny Spinner. Doesn't I guess I don't need to do this Destiny Spinner pre-combat doesn't matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the repeal on the Sentinel's Eyes here to keep the Viper alive. Okay. Given their choice to do that, I'll follow with the Forerunner. It makes it look weird, like, why didn't you do that pre-combat? But because I didn't expect those blocks, that's why. David Vero asks an important question in the format. If you play One with the Stars on an aura, it stays attached to the creature, right? Yes, it does. I wasn't sure about that myself, and so I figured it out while in a game that didn't matter anyway, you know? Where I can't remember if I was going to lose or going to win, but it was like basically a decided game, so I tried it to be sure, and sure enough, it doesn't do anything. Bold choice from Oppo, given the trample tool we have here. Can't play Renata without having and have repeal up. And yeah, maybe we could repeal the eyes anyway, Haj. That's interesting. If we go Spinner repeal this turn, we do have some decent, and then we can like make a big attacking land. That seems fair. Now, if we send the Forerunner and the Viper, do they just block the Forerunner happily, and therefore should we not send the Forerunner? I guess we don't send the Forerunner. We'll just send the Moss Viper. And since we have Trample and I like Hodge's plan, we're going to bury this Sentinel's Eyes. And bring out a Spinner. And then next turn, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments. So we make a 4/4 trampling land as well. Well, if they send the Beetle, I think we snap trade with the Forerunner. Yeah, I was wondering, do we have enough trample to just win this turn? We have 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 trample, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Yes, we do. Right? Maybe they've got something in their hand, but I think we have the trample damage right as it is right now. Oh yeah, the trample with the Viper is incredible, right? Viper tramples like a champ. The Forerunner has trample. Renata is not a... well, we can't play Renata and make a land. Okay, and by tapping out there, they've just said we win. Well, this draft going a lot better than the first one. Still some interesting choices, too. Whatever. And 7 extra. Death touch plus trample equals big damage on a fatty. Okay, let's win 7. That would be a great way to head into the weekend, folks. Great way to head into the weekend. Might even play some viewers again after this. It's only not even that late for me for as far as Fridays go. So we could still play a little bit if people were into that. We could keep this. We have no action, though, for pre-Doom. And we do have Renata, which is great. But are we really happy with turn 4 Renata as our first play? I don't think this is good enough on the play. I might keep this on the draw. But we really need to draw a 2-drop, or it's we don't have the start we want. This is much better. I'm gonna ditch the repeal. It's like our interactive spell, which is a concern, but I'm gonna presume that our best way to win in this situation where we have to play from a card down is to keep our aggressive action and hope it's enough. This is a pretty good hand. A couple of lands and we're pretty golden. Two drop off the top would be outstanding, especially an enchantment 2-drop. Enchantment 2-drop lets the Herald get it in as a 3 power, or +1 power anyway. First time Liar has showed up all event. But we're going to continue to work our board presence as much as possible. And if we can find a land, probably blessing whatever we can, or whatever the best thing to bless is. Although, if they don't come up with anything particularly impressive, we can just drop a hero of the games. Abzatron over there from Oppo. Hey everybody, it's our favorite card. Man, you think you're doing fine, and then Oppo drops that card, and you're getting wrecked. So, we could dump the Entrancing Liar down so that they can't make us discard it, but it's possible they'll just discard the Blessing anyway. And we could just get on board with the Rider or the Hero. And given that, I'm just going to let them choose whether they want Liar or Blessing. And let's play out the card with the most power in the Hero. Although we play Stampede Rider and it does threaten to block the Piper. Hero's more aggro, but Stampede Rider... Maybe they'll aggro back. Let's see. Do the hero thing. It is a tough call. If we had a clear means to 4 power the Rider, that might change it for me, but our best sequence at this point would be a land Stampede Rider, land Forerunner, and then we Liar and start tapping blockers. Yeah, turn 3 Nightmare is awfully difficult to recover from. This ain't great either. I'm not going to chump at this point. Thanks, deck. Now we gotta go Liar and hope to tap down the Piper next turn with a land. But if we get it, we could recover here. lock down this Piper forever on a Liar next turn, and then deploy our reasonably sized plus threats. Yeah, neither taking Liar nor the favor, or, you know, blessing would have prevented us from being able to do something about the Piper, but the Liar is a much clunkier way. And we're not really going to be able to let this thing untap. We need a land now. And we need them to have no instant speed pump. And sometimes you go to a full count. 6 and 2 upcoming. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much about this here game. Oppo's deck looks kind of scattered, but they found the right thing at the right time. This Nightmare was indeed that. You swap this for a basic land or whatever, and we are probably doing fine in this game, but turn 3, Elspeth's Nightmare is... I haven't beat it, and I haven't had it beat me yet. I mean, you know what? Sorry. I haven't beat it, and opponents haven't beat me when I do it. It's a brutal play on turn 3, because it's almost always basically a 2.5 for 1, depending on how much your opponent values their graveyard. We're pretty done here, but I'll give it another draw out of curiosity. Suppose if we find enchantment removal, we can take out the Lamia and we're not just stone dead. Well, there's the land, but it's too late. The Liar is gone. But we'll play this dude, play this creature. All right, Oppo. Their deck's better than ours in card quality. We're just kind of riding a lot on our high-risk, high-gain impending doom strategy. So, didn't work out there. Off the mulligan especially was tough. But this is fun. Didn't take too long, and we're already at full count. We're going to head in and go for the max wins. And if we fail, hey, 6-3 is a fine way to finish the stream for the weekend as well. Find a fine way to finish the event. All right, another solid looking keep that just needs some land help. Rage Hound. I'm gonna play our Destiny Spinner, and how are we gonna trade off for that? Destiny Spinner is good, but I don't want to fall too far behind here. Next turn we have Nyx Herald, which does not block the Hound either. This is tough because I love me this spinner, but I think we're up against red-black on the play with the Hound. We should block it. Oh, Mike wants to race. You think we can race from here, Mike? I'm nervous about that, man. You think we're going to race red-black here? We don't even know if we're drawing a land. If we had a clean mix of land and spells, maybe, but like what happens when we don't draw a land? You want to give it one turn to find land and then give it up? I'm just going to do it, man. We just got to pretend that was a Grove Dancer. And that our Destiny Spinners on the bottom of the library, you know? All right, let's repeal Timmy. Well, first I will give you a meme.
There are some who call me Tim.
Land is not cooperating here. I don't want to just... I think I'm going to use repeal on Timmy, even though it's not mana efficient, because I would like Timuret not to be in the graveyard. And are they going to do Aura shenanigans? I don't... No, I'm not going to let them untap because then they get to get stuff out of our yard. I mean, maybe we want them to spend their turn doing that. We don't care if they get an extra life from the Destiny Spinner. All right. Yeah, we can do that. It's actually good. Like, I kind of want to get them to spend their mana on an activation here. It would be helpful for us for them to not use all 4 of their mana to add to the board this turn. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we can let that happen. It doesn't matter when we do the return, so we'll start there. Whoever wanted to wait, good call. They're spending a lot of mana this turn that we're going to disrupt. Well, because Return to Nature can take out an escape card in a way that Mystic Repeal can't, and because I really wanted Timuret on the bottom of their library, not in their graveyard. You know, we could have Return to Nature there as well. It was because I want to be able to exile from graveyard, and it's mainly that. Question is, do we... Right now they can't return, so I'm not worried about it. But we'll probably exile that Hound before we untap if nothing else comes along that we want to return. We could also return the Wings. Like, I think we should wait. I mean, this dude's oppressive looking, but we do have a Blessing that deals 4. And if we just find land, we need to go Herald Blessing, and we're at 20. So scary, but not the end of the world. And G3, are you seriously trying to come in and pick out one instance where we're mana screwed and say that you're right about the liar? G3, I feel pretty confident in my opinion about the liar. I think you're just wrong if you're thinking that liar's a cuttable, not good card. And you should really listen to what other people are saying, I think. I mean, I try to keep an open mind too. Sometimes I'm just dead wrong about things. But in this case, like, not only do I feel that way, but like the community of pros at large feel that way. So I'm not sure what you're saying exactly. All right, what are we doing with this? We're at 0. I'm exiling the card from the graveyard. That's my plan. Well, we're not debating. I'm not debating with G3 whether this is the optimal deck for a Liar or not. G3 wanted to cut the Liar, and I don't think Liar is a cuttable card even in a deck like this, because this is good even in aggro. When you curve out and then finish with a Liar on an aggro deck, you just kind of win. There's some desire there, but not time. I don't have the time for that today, sorry. Or G3, I would say this, G3. If you would like to keep discussing the Liar and bringing it up, make a claim that we can talk about. Stop observing what's happening in this game. Tell me where you're at on the Liar, and we can discuss it. But I think... I guess I'm not sure what you're saying anymore, even. We're at 12, staring down this Cyclops. That's rough. But... still can find the mana to blow it out of the sky, so we play another creature here and send in the Rider, but we can go... I guess they just don't have anything here. We're going to put him to the test anyway and send in the Herald. If we can find a land now, we can bless the Herald, pop the Clops, and pump the Rider. Although now, gosh, do we even pop the Clops? With time winding down, I kind of hastily exiled the Hound. Maybe it would have been better to get rid of this Wings as it's playing out now, because now they've got two big things that, when winged up, are big trouble. But we could Liar to try and get out of it. I guess we have to... we definitely have to bless here. There's just no question about it. Yeah, and so then we have to... do we have another blessing? No. This is going to be rough. I don't quite see how we're going to find our way through here. The trouble is it can't trade with anything if it's flying with a pair of wings, right? And our problem with the Liar plan on the Cyclops is that it is, in this case, too slow. If we send in, does it doesn't change the clock to send both? They can attack with the Eidolon, and it doesn't change the clock on us. Oh, and wait, they can put Mogus's Favor on the Eidolon. Still doesn't change the clock. And I think damage is what we need. So I'm doing this because I don't see a clock change as resulting from it. Oh, they can favor the Flyer, but that's still the same amount of damage, right? The point is favoring is 6. Or 7 damage, not 8. Oh, I see. Yeah, like so no reason not to do it. Gotcha. Yeah, that did it. But hey, we were in heady territory facing 6-1 and 6-1, 6-2 type decks. I don't think our deck was 6-1, 6-2 quality in the abstract, so I felt good that we were up here battling. And unfortunately, not going to be enough this time. But 6-3, great way to end this event. Started out rough too. We started on a loss, and I was like, here we go again. But then we pulled out a nice, respectable 6-3. And sure, I'll battle somebody. Somebody want to play that one? Or I'm going to battle somebody with a different deck. I'm going to bring up a Theros Beyond Death draft deck that I played offline yesterday that I want to try again. So Somebody bring it. You can challenge me if you don't have my info yet. You can look here. You can get me buddied up by buddying this, and then I'll take on First Comer. And in the meantime, I'm going to hop to Soapbox and say goodbye to our YouTube friends. Thank you for hanging out for that one. Glad we got to 6 wins. That was fun. We don't end up red-green too much, but turning on some aggro was interesting. Played the red uncommon Saga for the first time because felt like we finally had a deck that could make use of it. And it came out and did an okay job. I think it's the card we think it is, which is to say not very good, but maybe you can sometimes find a place where it has a home like we did today. And had a good time. So hope you have a good weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends.